And I reckon he's on to bigger and better things. You know what to do. Put your hands together, mate. Very welcome to the stage is Daniel.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the blue corner, weighing in at none of your business, from Blacktown, New South Wales, let's give it up for the boxer. Let's get ready to laugh. G'day guys, how you going? I told my wife Sharon that I was going to do some comedy tonight, a boxing theme, and I said, Sharon, have you got any tips for tonight's show? She said, yeah, I'll give you a tip. Stay the fuck home. Nah, she's all right, Sharon. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here tonight. Well, firstly, she let me out of the house. And more to the point, she's the one who actually got me into comedy, hey? Yeah, she was forever saying, you're real funny, Daniel, and you're a fucking joke. Yeah, guys, I used to box. Stop now. The main reason why I stopped was I was sick of coming second. And the only person who likes me coming second is my wife. I also stopped boxing because I was sick of dieting. Coach was always on my back saying, Daniel, stop eating those king-size chocolates, you fat prick, and eat those smaller ones. You know those ones they call fun size? But ladies and gents, what the fuck's fun about a bit of chocolate that big? Yeah, guys. But seriously, if you don't mind having a chocolate occasionally, everyone does, and you want to lose a bit of weight, boxing's great for losing weight, because in boxing, you burn heaps of calories and you shit yourself at the same time. So therefore it works twofold, or should I say two-ply. I actually put on a bit of weight recently, and I thought I'd get back into boxing and lose a bit of weight, hopefully, but there's no gyms around my area, or none that'll let me join. So I just joined one of those Fitness First gyms, you know, those weights gyms. And I've got to say, what a bunch of liars they are. Every day, right, I go to the gym, walk up there, guy on the front counter there's flexing saying, Daniel, when are you going to pay your fees? I said, it's bloody fitness first, not fees first. I said, I'll pay you when I'm fit. And when you join those gyms, they want to ask you all these ridiculous questions, you know. First question is, so Daniel, why did you join today? Okay, because you bloody conned me into it. Then he's like, what goals do you have? Is it muscle gain, weight loss? I thought about it, what goals do I have? And I thought, yeah, well, I'm putting on a bit of muscle again, start working the bag. And he goes, what, you're thinking of getting back into boxing, Daniel? I said, no, I just want to knock out that guy on the front counter. He said, Daniel, I can't write that down. I said, mate, doesn't your pen fucking work? Guys, getting back to the boxing, back in my boxing days, I looked up to Muhammad Ali. I loved his footwork, the way he'd dance around the ring and move and float like a butterfly. And I looked up, how did he get that footwork like that? And I thought, I'm going to copy it. And he actually done ballroom dancing, believe it or not. And I thought, ballroom dancing, I'm going to try that. But the only ballroom dancing I've done in the past was skipping a rope with no undies on. So I thought I'd try a different style of dancing. So I just went to nightclubs. I know what you're thinking, nightclubs. The nightclubs were actually pretty good, because whilst practicing my moves on the dance floor and on the podium, I even got offered a lot of free sparring from the security guards, which I thought was great. Now, it's good to see a lot of girls here tonight, women out here to watch comedy, but girls are doing everything they want these days, even boxing. I think that's great, you know what I mean? They're even involved in boxing in the Olympics, London Olympics, professional boxing, and I think that's great. Because everyone knows that women like to be punched around the ring just as much as some blokes. Guys, I want to tell you about a true story. This is a true story I'm going to tell you now about how women and boxing got me into trouble. When I was younger, about 21, brain was still developing, I actually took a fight on the Gold Coast against this heavyweight. He was a big guy, I was a light heavyweight, so 10 kilo difference. I took the fight up there. Only, he had all these knockouts on his record. The only reason why I took this fight was because it was on the Gold Coast and Schoolies was on. There was one thing for sure going to happen that weekend. I was going to get fucked. Well, actually, I got fucked twice, but that's another story. But you should have seen the size of this guy, eh? No word of a lie, true. When he came out into the ring, I looked at him and I looked at my cornerman and I went, look at the fucking size of this guy's arms. And he goes, don't worry about his arms. I said, it's easy for you to say, they're not swinging at your head. I tell you what, I copped some big punches that night. I got my lights knocked out, standing up. I swear, blackout lights were going through my head and everything. I was still standing though. It got that bad where I looked over the corner of the ropes and looked at the wall and yelled at some kid. I said, stop playing with the fucking light switch. But guys, nobody was playing with the light switch. But yeah, I ended up losing that fight, but I thought I should have won because I was standing up at the end of it. One thing I don't understand about boxing, boxing, everyone knows it's much easier to give a punch and take a punch, so why can't you get points for taking them? Dude, if that was the case, I would have been a world champion after my second fight, or probably my first. But guys, boxing career is over now. I've been watching a lot of reality TV, me and my mate Stavros, My Kitchen Rules, cooking shows. We're thinking of opening up a restaurant, of course. Stavros, qualified chef, excellent. I got fuck all qualifications, so yeah. Stavros just said to me, right, he goes, Daniel, just help me out around the place and come up with a good name. I go, a good name? I can do that. For an Aboriginal and Greek restaurant, no worries, mate. So the first name I got picked out for Stavros, let me know what you think, guys. I'm going to tell him on Monday about this. So the first name, I want to tell it in front of a few people first. The first name I got picked out for the Aboriginal and Greek restaurant is Bush Taka Malacca. And that's followed by one that I personally don't mind, Beauty and the Greek. Thanks a lot, guys. You've been great.
Yeah, Daniel, nice work, man. That was